FVCFFFLFFS.
Yeah.
Episode
number 9, week 9 of the NFL.
Welcome to the show. Here we go.
We are going to get it moving right away with some awards for the week. And first up, I can't remember, am I starting
first.
off? Okay, so I'm starting off, and we're starting off
This isn't starting off well, but you're starting off.
with the matchup of Andy with Minshew's mustache versus Jeremiah. 11 Stranger Things.
We got to have everybody give in a new idea name that has Jaguar related for Andy's team, because Nick Foles is starting this week.
Oh yeah, Foles is back. So
Minshew still has his mustache, but irrelevant now.
Congratulations, you're getting Foles back. It's going to be glorious, Andy.
More mediocrity for the Jaguars.
He actually wasn't doing too bad, but
I'm just saying the team.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, the Jaguars are just generally mediocre. So here we go with this matchup, and Andy actually pulls this one off. 111.5 points to Jeremiah's 108 points,
11
which
Stranger Things.
brings Andy up to 5-4 and drops Jeremiah down to 5-4.
Which is always a good thing. We like it when teams go backwards.
This was a battle for complete mediocrity, and the scores reflected that with 111 and 108. So the first award goes to Andy, and it is a new award. So this one, here we go.
Hold it right there. Rangers, ready for defeat? We're always ready. Ready to kick butt.
Ready to kick butt.
Ready to kick butt. This is the Harrison Butt Kicker Award, which goes to Andy specifically for Harrison Butker, who scored 15 points this week, and he was the single and sole reason why Andy won this matchup versus Jeremiah.
There's only a 4-point swing without his kicker getting 15.
Jeremiah's kicker only had 8 points, so this was a battle of the kickers.
Kicker battle.
Andy took it with Harrison Butker. And so for Jeremiah this week, his award is also a new award.
You gotta do one of those things with your eyes, like you're looking, kind of squinting.
I need a hat.
Yep, you need a cowboy hat.
So, this award is the good, the bad, and the ugly award.
Because that was Jeremiah's team.
Because Jeremiah's team was a little of everything this week. You know, Dak Prescott was pretty good. Not too bad. LaShawn McCoy was pretty ugly. Derrick Henry was pretty good.
Yep.
Danny Amendola was pretty
Bad.
ugly.
Yep.
Tyreek Hill was pretty good.
Yep.
Evan Ingram was okay, but bad. Is that David Moore? He was okay. Myers was
Moore.
okay, and the Packers were pretty bad.
They were ugly.
All in all, it was a good story of the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Jeremiah said he stuck too much with the Packer defense when he should have let it go.
It's too much of a homer. You got to let them go. They haven't been good lately, so you got to drop them and move on.
Well, because he had the Steelers on his bench, and so we're going to give him an honorary.
Whoops-a-daisy.
Because they got 17 points. He would have won had he started them, but
anyway,
Jeremiah is good, he's bad.
That's right.
And his team is ugly. Our next matchup is a matchup of two dominant, powerful, high-scoring teams in reverse world. We're talking Noob Nation and Brian and the briefcase Nathan himself. And Brian wins, Nathan loses. And here's the thing. Brian, 85.7 points in the win against Nathan's 57.36 in the loss.
Yes.
So it was like the lowest scoring of all year. But Brian goes up to 5-4. Nathan unfortunately goes to 4-5, but still a good mediocre matchup. And then Brian gets the We all know that Brian is a part-time worship leader.
Yes.
He likes the music and the singing and the stuff. And he's praising the Lord this week because he had a horrible week. And the only reason he won is because he went against Nathan, who only got 57 points. Brian, Kirk Cousins did well, 21.
Yeah.
The rest of his team, Zach Ertz, 21. But listen to this, Aaron Jones, 3. He started Thielen, who didn't get on the field even though he was dressed. Juju got 3. He's kicker 4, Vikings defense 7, so not a lot of points there. But luckily for him, he played Nathan, who happened to be the the caboose this week because he had 57 total points. Now, here's the thing. He didn't have much more points on his bench. He only had a few more points down there. But Frank Gore, 1 point.
Ow.
Royce Freeman, 1 point. That's the
Did
starting
you
running back.
expect more from Royce Freeman?
Not
Frank
really,
Gore?
but still.
Yeah.
Deshaun Jackson got him a point.
Yeah.
Stephon Diggs, 2 points.
Man.
It's not good for Nathan with the caboose.
57 points. You almost have to try to score 57
We're not going to spend a lot of
points.
time on this matchup because there wasn't a lot of points scored.
But it's
so.
very exciting that Nathan only scored 57 points because that prevented me from getting the caboose. So thank you.
But we're going
Nathan,
from
for
one
that.
extreme to the other with our next matchup. Aaron.
Yes, so the next matchup is Dave, Pack of Badgers versus Rick, Give Me Style. And surprisingly, Dave pulls this one off this week. 152 points versus Rick at 121 points.
Wow, now that's a high-scoring
And
matchup.
unfortunately, there's a story here that is going to be fairly common with both teams because for the first award, Dave has for the first time this year, we are dishing out this award. So the first time that it's happened, so here we go. Dave's award is...
I'm almost there.
He's thinking about it. So that's the first part. That's the second part. And Dave has received the Man-Stugernaut Award
Stugernaut.
for the
Dun, dun,
first
dun.
time this season.
Dun, dun. In the men's
which
league,
means
never
the
done this
manager
whole year.
of the manager of the week, which has played all of his best players, got the most out of
points
his
out of his team.
The stud for I
Russell
lost track. Was it
Wilson.
Russell Wilson this week? Yeah, Russell Wilson for the stud, and then the Juggernaut for scoring the most points in the league. So I suppose congratulations to Dave for the Man-Stugernaut Award. This win brings him up to 7-2. But
Here's the thing.
unfortunately,
We give him the word, but nobody acknowledge it. Okay? Dave.
it's more of an honorary
It's
award.
honorary. It's not a real award.
Right, it's like when they give you
It's
an
a made-up
honor.
award.
They give you an honorary doctorate. You didn't actually do any of the work or deserve it, but they give it to you as an honorary thing. So that's why we give
Honorarily,
you
Dave is
the
beating all of
Juggernaut
us,
Award.
but not in real life.
That's right. So, but for Rick, unfortunately, this is a common story as well because Rick is the biggest loser. He scored 121 points, which would have won in just about every other matchup. But he goes against the Juggernaut this week, which gives him the loss and drops Rick down to 3-6. Which
Rick
is
might get
very
like,
unfortunate.
We might have to retire the Biggest Loser because Rick last year,
I
this
know.
year, he scores a ton of points.
I know.
He's just always playing the best team of that week. It's
unfortunate,
incredible.
Rick. We're gonna have to rename it the Rick Styles Award. You know, but so anyway, that's that matchup.
The Rick Styles. So some other team will get it. It'll be the Rick Styles.
Yeah,
like
why not?
Dave will get it.
Right,
It's
yeah.
the Rick Styles
Right,
Award.
right.
That's not good. Anyways, then we go to our next matchup, which was an amazing matchup. It was me versus Judah, father versus son, competition for the ages. It is me, signed out.
Padre.
That's it?
A la hijo. I was letting you finish it. Well,
Oh, I didn't know what was going on. I was
Okay.
waiting for you to... Okay.
sorry. Okay.
You were waiting for me to finish. I was waiting for you. Anyways, signed out against medical advice, me, and Judah Elliott. And I got the win. I defeated my son. Something you're not familiar with because you lost to your son last week. Anyway, that's a different story. But I got 131 points to Judah's 110. He still didn't do bad, but then I go up to 4 and 5. I'm in the mix of it, Aaron.
Yeah, you
we
are.
used to both be at the end.
That's correct.
Now, there's only one of us who's
That's
at the
right.
end and one of us who's
Yeah.
in the thick of it.
Well-
and Judah is 3 and 6.
Yep.
And I'm getting the... Sing along!
Welcome
back.
Your dreams were your ticket out.
That was amazing.
Yeah, I
like
know. That was
song.
good.
Did you ever watch that show?
No, never seen it in my life.
Really?
No.
We used to watch it all the time. It had a young John Travolta in high school.
Up
Anyways.
your nose with a rubber hose.
You know what it is in there.
But I've never seen it. I just know where it came from.
Well, I get the Welcome Back Award for our friend David Montgomery because he is actually playing and getting me points, which he hasn't done all year long. And at one point, he was dropped off my team, and we won't say who did it.
Right.
But he got me 21 points. He didn't have a lot of yards, but he got 2 touchdowns for the horrible Bears offense, which we're all glad about.
We should give Randy an honorary doctorate as well.
A doctorate in what?
Amputation. Because he keeps cutting people from the team.
Honorary degree in amputation. He's a doctorate of amputation. Anyways, David Montgomery is back in court. I can't.
What was that, Judge?
I can't talk. I can't catch my breath. Hold on. Don't say
Okay.
anything.
All right.
Stop it. Judah, I don't even know what he's getting. I forget. Judah is getting the...
Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game.
Judah just hopes he can win a game.
Yeah.
I think he realizes how bad his team is this year.
I got this award last week, and Judah, I'm bequeathing the award to you this week because you are now in
3
the
and
same
6.
boat as me. You're fortunate to have one more win than me, but I don't think your team is that much better.
and probably not
you
headed
are
to the
probably
playoffs.
not headed to the
is what I'll
playoffs. So
lose.
congratulations on your Jim Mora award.
But the good news is he lost,
the
and
good
I
news
won,
is
and I beat him.
the good news is that it is a great sound effect. So we're gonna do it as often as we can.
Speaking of which,
Right.
Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. You kidding me?
The best
Playoffs?
part. The
I
best.
just hope we can win a game.
The best part is that playoffs.
next matchup.
All right. This is the final matchup of the week. The one everyone has been waiting for. The battle.
Wait.
The battle of the Titans.
Before we go, I got your badge, but I had to wait
Okay.
for your matchup. Do you want
All
to see
right.
what I got
Yes.
you? I got you clipboards.
Yeah.
right
The
there.
clipboard award.
The clipboard
Yes.
award.
We should have given me the clipboard award. But anyway,
What would the sound effect be? Breaking wood.
yeah, probably. So
This is horrible.
This matchup is myself, the Adams Warlocks versus Saquon versus the Machine. It's rare that you get to say a sentence where you have a versus followed by a versus, but in this case, I got to do it, so that's a first for me. So congratulations for something. But anyway, on to the matchup. I scored 77.14 points versus Ryan's 77.24 points. So a whopping 0.1 points
1/10 of a point.
is what put Ryan in the lead. And so we're going to start with my award. Okay, so here's my award.
Missed it by that much.
And for me, that is really only an honorary award as well, because it really wasn't even that close.
It really
because
wasn't.
Ryan played someone who was inactive and had 2 people on bye. So while I suppose I could go crazy about not winning this matchup, I really didn't deserve to win this matchup anyway, because I will describe for you how my team actually did this. Now, Stafford actually had a great game. Eckler was meh. But I had Alexander Madison with 0.6, Tyrell Williams with 6, Robbie Anderson with 4, Darren Waller with 6, Fairbairn with 9. Boy, my kicker was rocking it. And then the Seahawks defense with 3. 77 points. I didn't deserve to win it anyway, so I can't be all that upset about
Here's the
it.
thing. I thought you were going to be really upset because usually with the clipboard, you break
Yeah,
it.
right.
Or with the paper, you tear it apart. Well, I'm glad you tore it apart because I made an extra
All right,
one.
there we go.
Because I thought you
So-
were going to destroy it.
Well,
anyway.
I was kind of upset at the beginning, but then as I thought about it, I was like, when you look at it, I really didn't deserve to win that anyway,
Now,
so it
here's
wasn't
the
that
thing.
big of a deal. Now, I also got a second part of this.
Whoops-a-daisy. Whoops-a-daisy.
Now, it wasn't a really major whoops-a-daisy because I decided to start Matt Stafford because he'd been having a couple of good weeks and he had a better matchup than Lamar Jackson did. And Stafford did well, 27 points. But Lamar Jackson scored 29 points sitting on my bench. And if I'd have started my stud, I'd have won the matchup. So
You gotta start
that
your
is
studs.
a
I
whoopsie-daisy
remember you
for
giving
me.
that advice to your son, and you not
I told
heeding it
Isaac
yourself.
the same thing, and then I did the same.
I've got a bonus
same thing.
Whoops-a-daisy. Whoops-a-daisy.
for you because
Okay.
we both were hanging out on Sunday morning, music
Yes.
practice before church.
Yep.
And I said, or after church, I think Dave was there, let's work
Yes.
out a trade.
Yes.
I got some guys. I
Yes.
even offered you Jalen Samuels
Yes.
because you have James Conner.
Yep.
You're like, I don't have room. Samuels got me like 12, 13 points.
I know.
You would have won.
I know.
Whoops
Even-
daisy on the trade.
Even,
field.
and here's the other thing. Even if I would have, I was also nervous about starting Devontae Adams because I didn't know whether he was
Right.
going to play.
How many points did he
Even
get?
if I'd have started Devontae Adams and started, then I would have won. So it was really a pathetic week. I mean, every one of those players was bad. So
It's just as pathetic as this episode of the show.
So anyway, Ryan's award this week.
Dang. You got sharks, pegs, lucky.
Is the Lucky Award because there's no other way to describe how Ryan pulls off a win with 2 people on bye and 1 inactive other than to be playing me this week and pulling off the win. So Ryan, you got lucky this week, which brings you up to 7-2, one of the best records in the league.
With 3 guys giving him 0.
With
it's still
3 guys
7-2.
giving him 0, he's still 7-2. I couldn't muster a win against somebody who barely played half a team. So,
Hey, we didn't do our quick
There we
question,
go.
but I thought of one.
all right,
I can share my story before yours.
okay.
but How did you get start playing the guitar? Because you play guitar,
Okay.
I play bass, and I never played music really growing
Yes.
up. But one time in youth group here at Fox Valley, one of the teenagers, Daniel Kober,
Yeah.
he was leading music that night, and he said, John, can you play bass for us? And I'm like, I've never played bass. I don't even know how to do it. He's like, I just need you to play for one song, and there's only 2 chords you got to play. As you well know, in any given song, there's more than 2
There's
chords.
always 4.
He's like, here, just do this and do this, and I started playing bass ever since.
There you go.
So I mean, it's just incredible, but it's really fun. I like playing bass.
Yeah.
I tell people a monkey can play bass. If I
Yeah.
can do it, anybody. Now, it's loose description to say that I actually play music, but still.
Yeah, I mean, you play music, but
I deserved at least 3 stink eyes on Sunday. How did you start playing electric guitar or guitar?
so I always played saxophone for a long time.
Yeah.
And saxophone is just not an instrument that there's a lot of music for. It's a very unique, specific instrument unless you play jazz or something like that. And I had always wanted to learn to play the guitar because I liked all the solos and everything about blues and rock guitar. So I decided I was going to pick it up. So I just picked it up and started playing it.
So you just like guitar music, and you just went and got one and started playing.
Yep.
When did you start playing?
What
Was it recently?
do you mean?
When did you start? Were you like 10 when you started
Oh,
guitar?
no,
15?
it was right before, it was about a year before I started leading in church.
Really?
Yeah.
He's an actual musician. Now, in our group text us your hobby, because guitar's like a hobby for you.
Yeah.
You do it a lot now. Playing bass is like that for me, but tell us some of your favorite hobbies and fun things to do. Hey, we might even give an award for the coolest hobby that gets in the text.
Perhaps.
Or perhaps
And
not.
remember, knowing is half the battle. We'll see you next week. I'm ready,
Ready to kick
butt.
That could be our new opener.
I know. Hold on, my nose is running all of a sudden. I don't know what's going on here.
You need to catch it. The best thing about daylight savings time, draft.
Exciting.
I'm not the writer. I've hired a crack writing staff to do all the writing for me.